Oh no. The dreaded check engine light came on, but it's still moving. Well, at least I'll finally know what's going on with it, because it's been having fuel problem. Well, throttle problems. So let's see. I think the throttle just finally kicked it over the edge. I don't hear any knocks, I don't hear any noises. It's probably the battery, because I put a brand that was supposed to be for GMC. I didn't know that. Well, I was like, yeah, battery. Started doing it when the AC was on, so let's test that again. So when I get back, I'm just gonna disconnect the computer. Disconnect the power real quick. Man, I was on a good delivery too, but it came on when I was on the freeway, so I was like, man. Yeah, it's just most likely some old sensor that finally broke, and now it's no longer tripping the issue. But you know, it's a sensor, so. I need to check my gas cap. I should do that. Because before, when I had a Ford Focus, that was 2007. The check engine light came on, so I was really baffled. That was a new car, that's why. So. Took it on in, and the nigga came back and they said, oh hey, your fuel cap was loose. Well, it was kind of loose. Oh man. Yeah, the check engine light went off. So it's been my gas cap this whole time. Oh well. Alright, so if you own a I don't know the model they kept for 2014, because I know 2014 was the first year they introduced the new model. So I don't know how long it stayed looking like that, because I know that it looks different now. But yeah, if you keep having EPC issues, or in this case, the actual check engine light went off, your gas cap is loose. So that means you have two things. One, you pull over and clean it out and twist around the gas cap to twist it in a different area, or you just buy a new gas cap. Now I gotta go research gas caps. I thought I had an oil leak, but it turned out to be the oil cap was not sealing properly, and I guess it just broke the moment I tried to put it. The moment whoever twisted it off the first time, maybe at the factory. You know, parts break, you know, and nothing. I like what they told me when the military, they said when you order equipment, you're supposed to order extra, because by default, you're supposed to tell yourself that 10% of what you ordered is gonna break, or it's not gonna be usable. So. I'm just sure glad that it was that. Yeah. Whew. Man, I was ready to start freaking crying tonight before bed. I was just like, man, I hope this is what it is. Yeah, sure enough, because yeah, when I shook it around, I felt a little loose. Like, man. Yeah, so I bought two oil caps. The first one, I kind of was hesitant. Like, is this supposed to be this hard? This stiff, and then the second one I got same manner. So okay, I confirmed it. This is what it is supposed to be like that. Because I thought I had an oil leak. I would always check when I would always check the oil levels. You know, there would be a nice oil mark on it, fresh. Like, well, what the hell, you know? And it wasn't caked. It wasn't caked oil. So I knew for a fact, you know, is oil bubbling up over? Is this thing not sealing properly? Yeah, sure enough, that's what it was. So when I fixed that, yeah, the engine started running smooth. Like, that's a VW engine. So yeah, these engines, they can take a beating. Anywho, so. Oh man, I'm so glad it went off. Whew. I'll just get a rag and wipe around on the inside of the gas cap. Probably residue dirt. And if you're wondering, that there's going to ruin your engine, no, well, why do you think there's an oil filter and a gas filter, huh? Keyword there, filter. Body has a filter. Going in your kidneys. Take care of your kidneys. Stay hydrated. Man, I'm just really happy. Whew, the light went off. Yeah, it doesn't feel as jerky. Oh, don't worry, I wasn't gonna fall up. I wasn't gonna get behind that street sweeper. Should be turning, I think. Oh, I can see, there it goes. I was gonna say it. Yeah, because I was on, man, it sucked. I was on delivery to go pick up another one, and then that EPC came on, so I was like, man, crap. So I pulled over, because turning it on, turning it back on, it usually fixes it. But, so it went off, like, okay, cool. So I started driving, and then I just started jerking again, like, shit. But this time the check engine light came on. Like, no. So, you know, obviously I looked at my engine temperature. Oh, well, 200 degrees. Okay, no problem. That's cool. I still got coolant going to the engine. I don't hear it squealing. I don't hear it jerking. I don't hear it knocking. So I still got oil in the engine. Gas gauge is, you know, stiff, reliant. It's like, well, not my gas. At my last delivery, I actually checked my oil level real quick. I'm sure if they looked outside, they probably knew what was going on. I did wonder too why my car was, when I had the AC on, I'd stop. I would feel like engine over revving. Like it's not revving enough to make the RPM change, but it's overcompensating. So it was that gas cap. Now I gotta buy a gas cap. Oh man, I'm just so happy about that, man. Oh. But yeah, I still remember from that time, yeah. Because I was, I had a friend use my car that day. Because his car was on the shop, but he just got a new job. So I was like, yeah. He was really spilling it out. So I was like, man, let's go. So I gave him like I didn't have class that day. So I was like, oh yeah, go ahead here. But I was getting sworn in that day for the army because I rejoined the National Guard, the nasty guard, as we would say. The nasty, you nasty girl, you nasty guard, you nasty guard, you nasty. So yeah, I got sworn in, and man, all that sweat beating on my eyes and shit, stinking it. So anywho, yeah, so I got sworn in, and I asked the recruiter the day before. Oh no, I called him early before I gave my car keys to my friend. Hey, can you? Because we were getting sworn in pretty close to where my friend was working. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it was a place called Blue Wasabi. Asshole! I hate it when people do that. Oh, why didn't you see me? Like, why didn't you see there was no green left arrow for you, a-hole? Oh yeah, so yeah, I asked him. The place is called Blue Wasabi. I don't know if it's still there. I should see if it's still there. Is it Blue Wasabi? Not Blue Wasabi. Blue something. Oh, there you go. They did it. I felt it that time. Yeah, when it would normally trip the safety features in the car. Yeah, I felt it. And I knew that time. Felt the seal on the cap. Was it Blue Martini or something? That was something. It was like something drink related. Anywho, it was in Scottsdale, so, and the guy started laughing. He was like, "Oh yeah," he was like, I when I dated a girl, she always wanted to go there every Saturday night, so he knew where it was. So, got sworn in, drove me over there, told me to have a good life because he did his job, his portion, so he was done with me. Yeah, I still remember that, yeah. He gave it back to me. I got back to his place, and right when I dropped him off, that's when it turned on. He was freaking out, and I told him, don't worry about it. I said the same thing, too. There's no knocking, there's no squealing, there's no oil dripping. The fuel gauge is still there. And the engine coolant, it's not, I don't smell the coolant. The gauge just says it's still normal. So I just drove it over there. Yeah, he forgot to put the cap on. So the guy just said there should be a suction sensor. And if it feels any type of air or a breeze of air or wind or something of that nature, it'll trip the check engine. Hope you learned something new. So yeah, I suggest after you've owned, if you buy a new vehicle, yeah, after you own it for like 5 years, buy new caps for everything. And then if those caps work really well, obviously buy two more. So now you have the one and then two more when it gives out, if it gives out. Oh, see that? There it is. I felt it again. It would have tripped before. Yeah, man, I gotta order a new gas cap. Damn it. Hopefully it's only like $15, $20. Amazon sellers are hurting for some money. All those deals keep going on. It's good though. That's good.